Hello, it is Matt, and welcome to me again and this giveaway guitar. I have sworn to give it away, and that's what we're going to do. Okay? I was on holidays, had a nice break, came back, realized I've still got this bloody guitar, and it's time for it to leave. Okay? So what I did is I just put strings on it. I gave it a bit of setup. Needed a bit of work on the nut, just get it right, and check, because it's been a while since it was in playable condition, and it plays nicely, and I didn't film any of that. You don't need to watch me restring a guitar, do you? Actually, maybe you do. Maybe that's the whole entire point of this channel, but didn't happen. So get over it. What I did video on my phone, sorry, it's not going to look very good, was me putting it in a box. And I thought this was worthwhile because I get a lot of guitars shipped to me, and when you buy a new guitar, you're like, wow, they didn't pack that like I would have. And this is how I would have. It's not as extreme as you think, but the thing about shipping is that they don't care what's really in the box. So you've got to kind of preempt that they don't really care. Or think, ooh, gee, it's a guitar, let's be careful. Because that's not how it plays out. Especially when it's in a big cardboard box that looks like everything else. It'll be treated like everything else. So, now, I'm going to play the videos. I'll put them up. I'll move over so I put them up. So this is me. Here's the guitar. Excuse the state of my workshop. So, new bridge, new pickguard, scratch plate, whatever you want to call it, new nut, new electronics. Looks good. Gave the frets a bit of work. Otherwise, it's a cool guitar. Nice color. I like it. Not a huge fan of short scale guitars, but whatever. It's not for me. So, this is me detuning the guitar, and I don't care what your stance is on this. When you fly or ship a guitar, take the tension off the neck. That is not really up for debate. I know there's a lot of people who believe certain things about it, but essentially, I have repaired enough broken headstocks to know that string tension is more than enough to snap a neck. String tension and a little jolt. That's all it needs sometimes. So why not remove that potential energy? Okay? And this is me fumbling around with a piece of cardboard. I'll stop this here. I had to restart the video anyway because it was too long. That piece of cardboard will essentially go between the strings and the frets. I do that on shipping. If you buy a really expensive guitar, they usually come with this piece of plastic that sort of goes between the, like your ESPs or your SIRs or whatever. They'll have a nice plastic protector. And that's because in a case or, during travel, if the strings knock against the frets kind of hard, the strings usually harder than the fret, and you'll get a ding in it. And lots of people believe that doesn't exist. But again, I've repaired enough of them to know that it does happen. So when I'm shipping a guitar, I'll actually put a piece of card between the strings and the frets. It's a piece of cardboard. So I cut that piece of cardboard, and this is me showing, yeah, it's just rough, it's ugly, but it's going to go in the bin. So that's just there to protect the strings and the frets. And this is me fumbling around with the silly plastic slip that the guitar came in originally. When I got this guitar, you can watch the original video. That's all that was in the box, I think. That it was like this sort of foam bag, and then a box, and that was it. I can't use the original box because it was quite small, and I don't think it had enough padding. And I wanted to provide a soft case, which I didn't provide. The wonderful Alex gave me a soft case. It's a PRS soft case. I'll show you in a bit. It's quite a good case. If you're shopping around for cases and don't mind something that says PRS and you've got a Squire in it or whatever in it, they're pretty good bags. Nice and sort of thick, easy to carry, good straps. Pretty good. Very good for free. So congratulations whoever gets that. So I put it in the bag. I put it in the soft case. And I'm just checking that I put the original scratch plate in there. There's a bit of case candy, which is essentially just some sort of weird warranty thing, and a couple of Allen keys. I put the original bridge in there too, I think. If not, this is me showing that I've put bubble wrap down the bottom of the bag, of the box. You can't see that. So that's actually a Charvel box from one of my guitars, but it fits fairly good. And I can wobble the thing. There you go. I can wobble the soft case around in there, and that's no good. So I'm going to cram some bubble wrap in between the neck and the walls just to keep it from tipping around. So the least amount of movement that you can get, the better, essentially. Because, you know, they're going to throw it around, essentially. If it gets run over by a forklift or whatever, nothing's going to save that. That's a different horror story. But, you know, just normal packing. I put a piece of bubble wrap all sort of rolled up on the top just to protect the headstock. There's one down the other end too. And then I stuck it in the box and I waved it around and made sure that it wasn't like clonking around in there. And that's about it. I'm going to tape it up. You don't need to watch me tape up a box. And then we're done. Now, then I have to weigh it and measure it and see how much it's going to cost me to send it somewhere in the world. Probably a lot of money, but I've got to get it done before the end of the financial year. And so I can move on to better things, such as entertaining you all